Welcome back to 556 Media, and today we're going to go over first aid storage. So in this particular case, this is an old surplus military one, and one that you should never get or use. Don't waste your time or money. Let's get into it. So this military surplus first aid kit, general purpose, was meant to store, as it says, general first aid supplies. And the problem with this particular unit is that it does have enough storage space. It does come with a gasket lined seal. However, let's see. Oh, look, it's latched, but it's not. The latch is down, the latch is closed, but it doesn't latch. And what that means is it does not seal it. Even though it has a gasket inside, it does not seal it. So that will greatly affect whatever supplies, first aid supplies you have inside, especially for long-term storage. So the design principle is cool, and as you see, there's the latch that doesn't work. I don't know if this one works. Kind of. Yeah, that one's kind of good. There's another one that's kind of loose. Here's another one. That one's good. And then the two latches on the reverse side are hinged. So you open it up, and yes, there's plenty of space for storage of your medical or your first aid equipment and gear that you need. However, it just doesn't, it's not, look, I just put the lid down, doesn't even match up. But the concept is a good idea, but this particular model is a horrible failure. And I'll put up a picture right now of the manufacturer so you can avoid these things when you look it up online. Price is good, and probably for a very good reason. And I'm pretty confident that the military U.S. military no longer uses this particular first aid general purpose storage unit. Right. So as I said, if you're a prepper, if you're preparing for any type of natural or man-made disaster, it's always good to have extra medical gear on hand. And this one's labeled First Aid Kit General Purpose. As you can read, I assume that's the NSN number. You saw where it was made in a previous picture that I took of this particular box. I bought this one many years ago from a military surplus store. This one is going to a good friend of mine who's going to use it as a display in his military Jeep project. But I wouldn't rely on this in an instant anymore for long-term storage of your emergency medical care products. I don't care if it's a Band-Aid or an AED. Just avoid these things altogether. And as I said, look at this. This is latched. It's fully latched, right? There is no way in hell this has an actual seal. So, and there's this one, and this one's kind of loose too. But as I said, this is a common problem that has been discovered upon this specific first aid kit storage unit, USGI surplus storage kit unit. So don't rely on them. Do something else. And here's what I'd go with. So I just showed you a horrible military surplus general purpose first aid kit box. That's what you need. This is called a jump bag, and it contains all kinds of basic first aid supplies all the way up to trauma equipment. So, and remember, you need training. If you have a basic training in first aid, that's fine. If you had advanced training, then you need to put together your own jump bag. This is the one for home, and now I'm not using that other crappy one. I've combined everything from the crappy military surplus one for long-term storage, which doesn't work, into this one. This one is also susceptible to, you know, wear, tear, and weather and things like that, but it's kept in a cool, dry environment. So everything that was salvageable from the old unit, I put in here. Everything else had to be thrown away. It was no good anymore. And oh, and yes, I do have a BVM in there, a bag valve mask for CPR purposes. And as you can see, there's a little string attached. You can just grab them both at the same time or attach the string to your carry handles so it goes as one unit. I keep a smaller jump bag in my truck. In my car, I have a basic first aid kit in my ATV and in my motorcycle, but you're going to want to have something better than the piece of garbage, military surplus garbage that I just showed you. Keep that in mind if you're looking online for something military surplus to hold first aid items, trauma items, whatever medical items you're trying to store for a long period of time. Don't buy that piece of garbage. It will not seal. It's historically just a bad product that the military bought and used, and I don't think they use it anymore. So I'm pretty sure they don't. So go with the jump bag. This will be a separate video. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Catch you on the next one.